let's go. I wanna celebrate and graduate. Saying, hey, yo, come on, let's go. 'Cause we gonna rock this school. We gonna do it right. We will graduate. 'Cause we're dynamite. 'Cause I told you once, now I told you twice. We will graduate.
Thank you very much, Mr. Riegler. What a great message for our graduating class. Now it's time for our principal's address.
All right, I practiced all day, and I promised I won't cry, although the teachers brought me a tissue box. Come on, guys, I'm not going to cry. I'm happy. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and the future. Jeremiah 29:11. Tonight, I stand here proud of the 57 graduates who have finished high school. Parents and teachers, they did it and we did it. They are no longer the little kids you dropped off in that JK class just yesterday, was it? Some of them are still in that JK class. No, okay. They're not there anymore. They're now the young men and women that you see sitting right here in front of you. Some of these graduates have never stepped foot out of PCC. Some of them have stepped and couldn't stay out, came back. A few days ago, on our WhatsApp group, the grad committee, which seemed to have almost the entire grad class, had a conversation. Now, our students in grade 12, they study so hard, especially the night before a chemistry exam. I only received 100 messages in 20 minutes that night. And at one point, I had to say, you guys are driving me nuts. And to that, Beatrice responded, don't worry, miss, only 4 days left. I had to tell her the truth. Trust me, that's not true. You guys keep coming back like an old penny. LOL, I only left and came back 3 times, miss. That was Beatrice's response to me. Please don't come again this time, except to visit. Why not? I'm such a delight. Beatrice, you are, but please don't come back except to visit. And then Hannah all of a sudden came into our world and said, old pennies still haunt you? And here was my response. Reality is, I'm going to miss you just like I miss my pennies. I don't even know if you guys remember them. Do you remember what our pennies look like? 100 pennies made $1, and it only will take 57 PCC graduates to make a difference in the world. Putting everything aside, this group has truly made a difference in our school and with me personally. Jenna, Michael Nakla, George Iskander, George Fahim, Maria Wisa, Mark Tadros, Alex Nagib, the very first group of students I ever taught at PCC, and they were my grade 3 class. Do you guys remember the shoe box project that you got on the very first day of school in grade 3? Do you remember making butter when we were learning about pioneers? Justina, David Fahmy, David Brown, Jessica Atala, Beatrice, Abenob, Alex Armenius joined us later on in elementary. And I remember so clearly some very interesting moments that we had with the group as it grew. For example, the time we were going to see the King Tut exhibit in the Art Gallery of Ontario, and I managed to convince the entire middle school that King Tut was my great-grandfather. Let me tell you, I got so much respect that day, and they were so excited because they were seeing pictures of my grandfather. And that excitement traveled. We got into high school, and as the years moved on, we were joined by more and more students. Gurpreet, John, and Peter fit right into the clan, and they grew up right in front of us, followed by more students who joined us as the years went on to give us this amazing graduating class. We will miss you guys. We will miss Nardine and Hannah, who will always help around, even when they're not asked. Justina, Monica Riyad, and Petra, your smile always brightened our school. We will miss that. David Elderi, David Sabawi, Michael Girgis, Ramis, Kiro, Andrew Kalada, your love for basketball has sent a buzz. We actually won some games this year. And I will never, ever forget the interesting driving habits this group has. Kareem Nagib, Pierre Ragib, Shadi, Johanna, and the rest of the soccer team who brought back a plaque for first place in the tournament. We'll miss you guys. Miral and Madonna, who kept everyone going on that volleyball team, and they won 1 set. We will hopefully win more next year. All right, are you guys ready? Joseph Kalini and Joshua Tawadros, we will miss your leadership in the Mass. Marianne Claudios, the student who found a new home in Canada after so much resistance to coming here and made sure to do her very best. Sandra, Lorette, and Marley, the inseparable trio. Marina Gergis, the student who survived grade 12 with her dad teaching in the same school. Miriam Samayan and Mark Abdesayed, the panicking students who always managed to turn the panic into success. Anthony Mikhail and Fadi Keldas are grade 12 philosophers. We'll miss you guys. Mina, Ibrahim, and Rafiq Shekhar, we will miss your determination that brought you here tonight. Daniel Tedros, we will miss that big smile of yours as you took on this new phenomenon called Canada and adapted so well and so fast. Angelo Putros, we will miss your senioritis symptoms that made us laugh and cry at the same time. Monica Shahata And John McHale, we will miss your quiet nature that brought some peace in this class. Michael Abdelmelek and Michael Ayed, we will miss your talent in technology. Monica Solomon, the student who always seemed to be very cold and yet has a very warm heart. Dustin and Tin, our very first international students who are graduating from our school, we will miss you guys. And we are extremely proud of your talents and perseverance. Finally, our very own Jafar, who made us extremely proud this year. He took our school to a dream of becoming one of the top 40 who made it into the Quorums program and got the interview out of 1,000 mark. And then he also got into the CAP pharmacy program, but at the end of the day, he just will settle for McMaster Health Sci, where two other students are going. We're very proud of you, and we will miss you. We will miss each and every one of you in our school, but wherever you go, we know you will make us proud. Before you leave, and before I let you go, I have some final words for you. Tonight you are leaving our nest and heading out to become the future doctors, engineers, accountants, teachers, pharmacists, politicians, aircraft engineers, and so on. But remember, we want you to always be a Daniel and an Esther who stand up for their faith in the midst of hardships. Be a Nehemiah who built the walls of Jerusalem and committed his work to God. Be a Barnabas who encourages others. Be an apostle for Christ who is there to share with others the good news. And finally, be a Pope Shenouda who leads with love and kindness and a true heart for serving others. Graduates, tonight I pray for each and every one of you as you graduate, that God will protect you as you head into the future. We ask our Lord to continue to offer strength, courage, and discernment as you go into the world that's not always black and white. May you find love and friendship and make lifelong friends like the ones you made here at PCC. We finally ask God to protect and provide for each and every one of you from his power and to continue to allow you to grow in him and through him. As I mentioned to you in the beginning, there's a group here that was my very first class. And tonight I have asked the MCs to take this chance to introduce the two valedictorians. One last time, I will introduce my students. Except this time, I'd like to do it the grade 3 style. And it's not on the first day at PCC, but on your last day. Met the first one in kindergarten as well. He loves sports, played on so many school teams. He went to Bolivia and Brazil on mission trips with the school, aspires to become either a doctor or a dentist. Okay? Spends much of his free time volunteering in a hospital. He represented PCC at the ACSI, spelling bee and public speaking competitions from grade 1 to 8, and always came back with medals. The two students who will be talking tonight on behalf of the graduating class are no other than Jenna Martin and Michael Nakla.
Good evening, fellow graduates, teachers, parents, clergy, and loved ones.